So basically, before we start with city power, I'd like to maybe remind you a couple of things about a few situations which happen internationally. One of those things is Chernobyl. You all remember about Chernobyl. Maybe you were a bit young when this happened, but I'm sure you know about it. So there's a second one, which is Bhopal. You know about Bhopal, what happened in Bhopal. And also, more recently, Fukushima in Japan. Now, when you look at these three incidents, it didn't happen in a country, let's say, like Mauritius. It happened in a country which is way more advanced, industrialized. So, yet it did happen in these countries, and if you look to the number of victims, you know, that these incidents caused, if you look at Bhopal, for example, in the first hour of the incident, there was about 5,000 deaths. Up to now, the final count is about 20,000 deaths. During the Vietnam War, which happened about 25-30 years ago, the US Army was releasing a chemical which is called orange chemical. So it was sprayed like the forest with this chemical. And up to now, mothers are, you know, delivering children which are, you know, handicapped or somehow not, some of them don't even look human when you look at them right now. And this is a direct consequence of the orange chemical. Similarly, what happened in Chernobyl, if you look up, there's an orphanage which takes care of children that were born after Chernobyl. You will find that a lot of these children are severely deformed. If we say these countries have reached a level of understanding, security, and all these things, and they still had these problems, and we'll come back to Mauritius and say we're going to have a city power in Mauritius. First of all, I start questioning the security of the whole thing. You know, I already know what my country is like. You know, my country, only recently there was a flooding. You all know something wrong. That day, we couldn't even respond to this emergency. You know, people are supposed to be paid, trained to be able to respond. So already we know that we don't respond to emergencies very well. Right. Why don't we respond to emergencies very well? Then you have to link this to other things, maybe training, maybe experience. Because we're pretty much an island that nothing much happens here, you know. Other than the cyclone, and we have experience already with cyclones. Even we know when there's a cyclone, the first people that will clean the road, will move the trees, will be the laborers. You know what? We deal with certain emergencies ourselves, and we've had the experience of this, and we've passed down this experience to our children, and that's the main situation. From the top to the bottom, the system is not actually working. Now, to bring in something like a city power in a place where already we know for example, if we take the incident, what's happening with the bus, with the accident, you know, there are many questions being raised. First of all is the corruption, you know. I mean, this is the biggest motivation. You know, when there's money to be made, best not believe those people are trying to make the money. You see what I mean? Because they will find all the proof to tell you, they will find all the scientists, they will pay everybody to tell you, no, there's nothing wrong with this. You know, it's good. The air is clean air that you're going to breathe. We're going to have all the security. You know, when the big bang comes, no one can see it and no one can respond to it because the chain of command is not working. Now, okay, all this said, there are people fighting for city power. Now, I agree, we all agree, that it's not only a Mauritian problem, but it's a world international problem that there's scarcity of energy. That we're going to have, you know, we need energy, we need water. There's too scarcity. Primarily because, you know, there's a lot more people in the world, there's a lot more demand for energy, and somehow the government has to respond to this need, you know, because if we don't, you know, I've been to Madagascar twice. Last time I went to Madagascar, there were power cuts every half an hour in Madagascar. So you're sitting on your computer, bang, no electricity, all day and all night, you know. Why? Because the government, or the authority in place, ils sont pas finalement. Je peux pas prévoir qui demain puisse être sur l'énergie là. Et alors, c'est arrivé. Just became a blackout. And this is what's going to happen in Mauritius if we don't find a way to supplement the actual output of energy concerning electricity. So, yes, I agree, we need energy. If we don't, we're going to have blackouts. And if we have blackouts one day, the economy is going to go down because people are not going to be able to do their work. All the foreign investors will say we can't work here, we can't send a fax, we can't use the internet. You know, these are the things that will make people run away from here. So definitely there's a need to find energy in the next 10 years. Right. Now the first thing is to look at our options. You know. First of all, we talked about all these incidents. It means that we are at risk of it happening here. Not only are we at risk, but the second thing is, most probably we won't be able to respond to this. The other thing is the size of the country is only an island. You know, it's not like Chernobyl, which is in Ukraine, and you know the size of Russia. You know, Russia is huge. Here, if we have a problem at Albion, most probably most of the islands will be affected. You know? So that's one reason, probably why we should maybe, you know, look to other sources of energy rather than city power. The second thing is already there are so many people dying of cancer in Mauritius. Okay. I don't know if I ask you right now, do you know someone who is affected by cancer? How many of you know someone in this group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Any more? I know someone. These 2 people know people as well. Right now, I mean, we've already lost someone who we know was 23 on leukemia. I have my own mother-in-law right now who's suffering from cancer. And I can tell you how many people are suffering from cancer already. Right? Now, we're not going to go through why is it such? Why is it 30 years ago we didn't hear this, 20 years back we didn't hear this, but why is it today there are so many people dying of cancer? That's another discussion. But let's go back to city power again. You know. Second of all, we were choosing to go for an energy which we know, right, is bad for our health. You know. I mean, burning charcoal, you know, burning anything, is we know it's going to release toxins in the air, you know, which I think is called dioxins. Is that what it's going to produce? I think this is what it is. So, you know, when we're looking at all these things, you know, the risk factor, it has happened elsewhere in the world. Our knowledge or experience to respond to emergencies, our health. Okay, already, you know, we can build a case here and say, look, you know, come on, we don't need to go that way. Now, the other thing is, we are in 2013, and people, you know, are developing other technologies to tap in order to create energy. One of these sources is the sun, right? And one of the options that we're not only saying no to city power, but we're also saying we have options. If we have no options, then I understand. But we have options. There are a few of them. There's wind power, there's solar power, and there's what we call waves from the sea you can create now. Some countries have already moved into this, like Germany, for example. Germany has been burning coal so much that today it realizes I can't go on with this, you know, and it's moving towards solar energy. Now, this is in Europe. I don't know how many of you have been to Europe. There's practically no sun in Europe, but they're still producing electricity from the sun. Now, if we go back to the city power and go back to the situation with finding other sources of energy, we'll find one of the main barriers, you know, like one thing I don't understand, you know, like fossil fuel is coming to an end, and it's going to get more and more expensive for fossil fuel. Okay? We know when we burn fossil fuel, we're contributing to global warming, right? So that's the other thing as well. You know, I won't come to the environment part right now, but that's part of it. So if we decide to opt for clean energy, it's not only clean energy, but the matière première, which is the sun, is free. Okay? Why should a country import something which is going to finish, you know, and pay money for that when they already have the sun in their country, like in Russia? If you're going to stand by at Lyon at this time, you'll burn. Because there's so much time, you know. Because a lot of people are filling their pockets a lot. Because they don't really care about you and me, Alain, all of you, right? All they care about is their pockets, right? Tomorrow, when we are going to start dying from cancer, right? It won't happen in a year. It might happen in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. We're going to see the end result of the city power. You know, where are the people going to be now? These people that actually, like, you know, the champion of city power now is Lataman, the Prime Minister, the voice of Hindu. Okay, these are the champions of city power. You know, so where are these people going to be when tomorrow children are going to die from tumors, cancers? Where are these people going to be? They're not going to be here when the actual consequences of this doing happens. You know? And it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late. Like I said, we know already there's so much cancer. Asthma. I mean, when you look at all these things, all the implications of all these things, even on the social side, they will tell you we're going to give jobs to people, right? It's going to reduce poverty because we're employing people, you know. But this is some kind of brainwashing, you know. It's like the people selling cigarettes. I smoke, I can tell you. It does no good to me. But on the packet says don't smoke because it's injurious to your health. Come on, man. You're selling me poison and you're telling me not to smoke. And it's the same way, you know. You're saying, okay, you know, I'm going to give you something that's going to kill you, but I'm going to employ you to run this thing. It don't make sense in this place. You know? Now, all these things should make us turn back from this. As an activist, I'm going to tell you this. You know, there's too much activists behind me. And you've probably seen us on the bridge a couple of times. You know, you've seen us. So, you know, you know, yes, we're trying to attract attention, but not on us, but on the message. You know? So, in a way, young people are very silent. So, my advice to you right now is a bunch of, you know, ladies here. Compared to people or students in other places, these students are not right. You know, if there's a revolution, if there's a change which is going to happen in the country, it starts with you guys. You know, when I go to University of Mauritius, I tell them the same thing. It's another problem. I don't think you have the same problem. But if you people remain silent, they say, okay, I'm here to get my degree, and I'm going to get out of here and get a job. You know, most people want that. You know, but if you don't open your mouth, if you're worried about opening your mouth, if you're worried about, you know, taking a stand now, you know, what you're working for, at the end of the day, will be worth it in the future. Because you will inherit a country which is completely polluted, you know, completely corrupt, right? And you know, what are you working for at the end of the day? You know, I guess you're working to have a job, to have a family, to raise kids. But you want to bring kids up in a country which will be like this. So it's about time, somehow, you raise your voice about these issues. And one of the biggest issues is city power, you know, because this is going to impact you in the future. You know. Of course, there are other issues, like corruption and other things. And all these things are linked, you know. Because, you know, when you look at the whole thing, when you look at the whole picture, I mean, leaders should want good things for the people. But it's the reverse which is happening. And they know they can do anything. Why do they know they can do anything? Because you people are going to stay silent. You know? And the minute that you open your mouth, your parents will come and say, hey, pas causer. Moi, pas payer son pasteur. Ouais. Arrivé. Le reste qui encore. And at the end of the day, you know, whose future is being taken away from them? Mine. I'm 43. You know, I'm going to be 43. I've got another 20, 25, 30 years, maybe less. I don't know. Maybe I'll die today. God knows. You know, but figuratively, you know. So whose future, whose children's future is yours? Which is going to be more impacted than mine or everybody else? Your parents. Your parents as well. They're probably older than you. You know, they've lived their life. If they have kids that old, you know, that means they've pretty much lived their life. And they have gone into a system, right? They have gone into a system which has made them, you all know what Mauritius is like. Des mecs qui ont travail pour pouvoir t'attraper. Right? Is that what kind of society you want to live in? These are the things that you have to question yourself. Don't just become like all Mauritians. All Mauritians go, okay, on va travail, on va la casse, on va dans la cour, on fait 5 000 euros. Tuer, violer, brûler, coquin, corrompre, ça c'est une affaire. Moi, on dit ça. Ouais. Parce que si vous continuez comme ça, what you don't realize is, tomorrow the street is going to come into your house. And this is what we're building up to in this country, with all these issues. We're building to a civil war here, which will become a criminal war. Unless you people realize that you need to seize the moment, it's now. You have the opportunities. You're not just anyone. You are a person, everyone is important, and you need to make your voice heard. And I think, saying all this, that maybe, in the near future, what we'd like to see is, to see you come up with a group here that says no to sleep hour. Not only say no to sleep hour like us, like we're already doing the activity, but to use your knowledge, and to use what you're learning right now, to really build a case, and get other youth involved with this, and to give your vision of your country, which you are going to lead. Right now it's Angola, but tomorrow who knows? Maybe there's a woman running this thing, God knows. Could be. But tout le temps, Angola même qui m'en est. Tout le temps, le bouc qui peut une business ça veut dire. You should be fighting, and let me tell you something. Until women come into the fight, we're not going to win. We're going to look at history. Men have been fighting. They don't win. It's when women sautent dans le placard, descendent dans la ville, they're like amazing party or together. So you're not just, pour faire sa partie, vous êtes marié, ok, pour des enfants, parce que le genre peut pas exister que l'on vient ça, ok. Et qu'il y a plein de ce genre pour les enfants, il y a beaucoup de courage. Et vraiment, tu l'as dans l'histoire. Moi, Alain, Axel, nous parler de voir du pont, nous faire ici, nous faire là-bas. Ouais, tu nous trouves, tu dis, ouais, je fais le bon travail, je l'encourage, mais non, on ne pas. Mais quand je trouve des gens, et que les autres, je trouvais que ça paye là, changer, et comment se mettre dans la tête qui, possiblement, qui est énormément les autres capables, et même plus ça paye. On se prend sa responsabilité là, faites pas faire ça. Vous savez, les filles, non, on ne va pas faire à moi. Vous m'auriez, vous m'avez moi, elle demande le deux. Non, come on. Vraiment, we count on you. We count on you. And we want to see you become like tigers, Not tigers for your husband, but tigers, that will fight for your rights here, The time is now for you to take that stand. And everywhere you go, to tell them to take that stand. Because when I see the young people in Mauritius, especially the guys, nous parlons de maman, je parle de vous faire du mal. Ouais. Vraiment, je parle de vous faire. Je parle de vos sous, pour la musique, c'est un peu come on, stop and you have to motivate them. Because you're the motivators, So take the responsibility. You're the mothers, And Mother Nature, you're the mothers, You have to bring life. What kind of life are you going to bring? Bring warriors. We need warriors to fight these people. So start thinking like a warrior. Then your children, unborn children, will become this warrior. And then, we're going to be able to have a cleaner society for all. And that's what we need. It's a small country, we can do it. I'll leave you with this. Okay. Bien sûr, we boire avec lui. We boire avec lui. Et la solution. Comment boire avec lui vraiment? C'est-à-dire, nous arrêtons là avec ce projet. Où ça nous trouve une alternative. Premièrement, il y a une alternative. Je le connais ça. C'est la seule raison que je ne peux pas faire cette alternative là, parce qu'il y a l'argent gagné là-dedans. Quand c'était ça, on va mener. Quand je vois la guide, je dis oui, petit copain faire business ensemble. Ouais, je vois un tel qui n'a chaise là-dedans. Si on a placé ça, je vois un tel placé ça, bon, l'équipe vend ça, c'est élevé. Mais l'alternative, par exemple, solaire, it doesn't cost anything. Si je me disais comme ça, l'investissement est plus cher. Il faut le solar. Mais, in the long run, we are winners. We are winners why? Premièrement, on ne va pas payer le soleil. Deuxièmement, on ne va pas polluer. Ouais. Troisièmement, on vraiment encore là-dedans. Qui demain, comme tu as demain, c'est-à-dire dans 20 ans, 30 ans, capable. We won't have to pay for electricity anymore. Because have paid the debt of the initial setup, and since the matière première is free, then maybe it could be that everyone, and this is a dream, I think, like, you know, if energy was free, I think that's the greatest way, you know, and energy should be free, you know, in the world. Why should there be people that cannot afford electricity, for example? Why should the poor pay for electricity? So, there is the alternative, but now what needs to be done is, you know, we need to make them see the sense. Now, they will see the sense. Ce qui fait, parce que there's money to be made. Alors, vous allez dire, si vous n'avez pas envie de parler, vous allez dire. Après, quand je me dis, tu mets des affaires en place, ben, vous allez me trouver ce truc-là. Des moments où vous mettez un casino, le maximum qu'on fait un casino là. Et comment on arrive là-bas par exemple? Bien, on a fait simple, même pas une petite power. Ouais, on veut mettre un go-go-ball, on dit qu'on va mettre un go-go-ball. On va mettre une place. Ouais. Alors, simplement, si vous ne pouvez pas prendre une power, mettez une place que dans le président et vivre. Je suis parlé ça va. Bon, vous savez expliquer ça. Vous gagnez pas envie d'expliquer, si vous gagnez des pure. Alors, vous allez bien, ça c'est sûr. L'impact économique, côté comédie, vous gagnez comment? C'est quoi l'hôpital, ça très bon. Ça aussi peut impacter l'économie. Alors, ça, c'est bien toujours malade dans le pays. Moi, je voulais vous parler. Alors, c'est tout à fait demain. Par exemple, quand il y a une situation à trop, parallèlement avec ça, mais si demain nous levons dans un pays là, il y a 20% du monde qui n'a un charge de ce pays. Comment on va impacter l'économie? Ouais. Et tu ne peux pas faire aucune affaire pour ça. Répliquer, c'est la même comme ça. Pareil avec ces power. Ben, si vous adoptez une énergie sale et qui ça aggrave la situation qui descend un problème respiratoire, qui amène plus de cancer, mais il y a un impact définitif sur l'économie du pays. En plus, le frais de passer charbon, en plus le frais pour le nettoyage de l'affaire. Et aussi, moi je faisais pas impact l'industrie touristique aussi. Parce que tout le monde peut venir, parce que si on vit de frais, on vit de la meilleure propre pour les lancer. C'est pas qu'on vit une bain dans la mort charbon. Alors, pour moi, quand on dit ça, on ne peut pas trop non, il